What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the No Cap Space. I am Tyler, joined by Shawnee, and today we have one of the newest Texas Longhorns, Laila Phelia, in the building. That weird, I feel like every transfer, it's like new intro. Has it set in yet that you're a Texas Longhorn?
A little bit, just a little bit, but it's really gonna hit when I get down there. So.
Yeah, so how has so let's talk about you being down there. Obviously, you go on the visit and everything. For you, just kind of in general, I guess, what made the move to Texas so enticing? Because when you entered the portal, frankly, for me, Texas wasn't the first school that came to mind. And then when you commit, I'm like, oh, I'm seeing the vision with that. I'm hold on, I'm with you now. So for you, when you decided to make that decision to commit to be a Texas Longhorn on that visit and talking with Vic, what kind of stood out for you?
Definitely just that family environment. And love the staff, love the coaches, love the players, and just being able to be in that in Austin, Texas. I feel like that was a couple things that stuck out the most, and just Coach Schaefer, his vision and everything, his plan for the team, and just with me being there too. I feel like it was good. It was really good.
What about Austin stuck out to you?
Big city.
Yeah. Listen,
compared to Ann Arbor, I was like,
listen,
okay, this might take 2 weeks to get used to.
Hello, because I went down there. Listen, I'm in Oklahoma. That'll let that define itself. But I went down to Austin a couple times this year just to cover games, and even I was like, God damn, y'all live like this? Hold on, this is kind of nice. It's nice there. So I get that. I didn't realize how big Austin was until I actually made it there. So no, it's a good city. It's fire. It's a nice city.
It's big.
So what was the process the second time around, being the recruit, the it girl, they whining and dining you spending their money, they gotta earn you and learn you. What's that about? What was that like this time around?
Honestly, I didn't even, so as soon as I went into the portal, I knew it can get hectic and everything. So I was not open to talk to
listen, that makes total sense.
Don't contact me. No, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
I only talked to 4 schools. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing this again. So I had a list before I went in. I was like, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking at and stuff. But then I was like, 4 schools, I'm done.
Yeah.
I feel that. Because it can be fun, but it can be stressful. Having
That's
what I'm saying.
You're just gonna start clicking through the D&D, and it's gonna get on my nerves, and I don't want that.
Exactly.
I feel that
because it's I'm a relationship type of person, and I have relationships with some of the coaches that were recruiting me, but I was like, I'm sorry, y'all. This is just a mental I gotta. Take a little.
They gotta understand at some point. There be way too much going on. You mentioned there though that you had kind of major lists, obviously going into the portal. You have the do not contact. For you, just in general, just kind of bullet points about okay, this is what I want from my next stop, my next destination. What were those kind of key bullet points that you were looking for from your next program?
I would say the biggest thing was just wanting to win, but then also wanting to win. I would say wanting to play on that bigger stage. Different from the Big Ten, of course, and NIL. So I would just say those 3 things. I was like, okay, you know what? I want to win. I want to play on a different stage, and I want NIL stuff. So
yeah, I see you check those boxes. 3. Yeah, that'll make that Texas star makes sense.
Okay, so you're coming at an exciting time because you're coming to the SEC, and it just means more. You're gonna learn that. It just means more. Yeah. We're here. I'm in South Carolina, so it just means more. But what do you know about the conference so far, and how did the Big Ten prepare you for that? Because the Big Ten ain't no slouch
at all.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is just of course, within the Big Ten, we were able to play LSU. We were able to get a taste of the SEC a little bit. And I've always felt my game, I was able to get up and down. I was able to play at that pace and everything. And I feel like the Big Ten definitely prepared me like physically, just like because them girls in the Big Ten, whew, they're strong. They're strong. So definitely feel like that. And I feel like my coaches, like Coach Rico, everyone, they've definitely prepared me for that next level. And I just feel like it was perfect time last year, like the last go round.
Yeah.
She said, I had 97 feet of JC Sheldon. Like, nah, I'm ready for whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, you were built in the trenches with some of them guards. They were so, yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, speaking of some incredible guards, you're about to go play with Rori Harmon and Madison Booker. Like, you want to talk about star guard play? Like, obviously, we know what Rori can do and what she's been able to show over her time. And then with Madison Booker, when Rori went down this season, becoming the first freshman to win Big 12 Player of the Year. It was co-Big 12, but first freshman to win it. Like, basically, you know what I mean? Like that's insane. Like, that is an incredible perimeter. So, like, just the excitement of playing with those two specifically, and like how do you feel like your games are going to kind of bounce off each other?
Definitely excited. I feel like just being able to have like 3 threats, like how can you guard that? Like, because I feel like on average, a lot of teams have at least like 1 or 2 maybe good defenders. So it's like it always leaves someone else open. Yeah. And I feel like that's the number one thing I'm most excited about is just being able to play alongside like 2 great players and just bouncing off whoever's hot. Okay, keep giving them the ball and like let's just go win it all. So that's so tough. I'm excited about it because then my freshman and sophomore year I was able to play alongside great players. And even my junior year we definitely had it was hard because like we had lost a lot of players and we had a couple transfers and everything, so just like getting in the flow of stuff was difficult, but just being able to play, like it takes a lot of pressure off of you. Yeah. And I feel like that was something that like really was big for me.
Hold on, because Nas Hillman was your freshman year, correct?
Freshman year, yes.
Yeah, so like
you play with a star too.
Yeah, you know, like what were you able to take from her game?
I would say the number one thing that I always think about whenever like being out there with her was just like patience. I feel like just like in the midst of a close game, tight game, she was very just calm and collected. And I feel like and then she trusted me. And that was something that was like, as a freshman, being able to like have her in my ear at all times, she gave me confidence. It was really helpful. And like playing alongside her, I feel like that was like one of the best experiences and highlights of like my season and career.
Yeah, when somebody can drop 50 and they trust you, I would imagine that feels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's an introduction to college basketball. You know,
yeah, you know.
All right, there's been worse. You mentioned as one of your bullet points being able to play on the big stage, and obviously I know that kind of more so is in the sense of like playing for championships, but you're also getting to play at the Moody Center, which I don't like. That's the nicest stadium I've personally been in. Like that place is incredible. Like the screens on the wall and everything. And I was there. I was geeking out. It was my first time there. It was at the UConn game this past season, and it was packed out. Listen, so like just being able to like the investment that you like and the recent investment into this program that you've seen, obviously on top of going into the SEC. Like I know you're only gonna have like this X amount of time with the Texas program, but like how exciting is it to know that that's what you're stepping into a fan base that has already shown that when this team is hooping and y'all probably gonna be hooping, they're gonna show up and show out in a stadium like that.
Definitely really excited about that and just being able to play, like you said, in front of that fan base. It's going to be amazing. So I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm about to make
so you He about to change his address, y'all. Oklahoma, pay attention. You got a double agent in your midst.
Listen, Listen, I just respect good hoops.
Yeah, I love Austin. I've met. Yeah, okay, all right, all right, okay. But like you mentioned, y'all play LSU, so you have that experience. So you went from one flamboyant coach that will come out of a jacket to now you're going to play for Vic Schaefer. Like, what is, so far, what's his personality like, and like what drew you to play for him as a coach?
Definitely his winning mentality, and just the fact that, like what he's done in his past and just how he pushes girls like mentally, physically. I feel like that's something like I really needed for my last year. So I feel like that's the biggest thing that really drew me even.
Are you prepared for the first jacket throw? Like in game, like when, because that jacket be coming off kind of fast. So I don't know how intense it gets when that happens. But as a Big 12 person, I've seen it I've seen it a couple times now. So I just, I don't know if there's like a mental preparation for the jacket throw or anything, but it's
right.
But I'll be excited to see that.
No, that would be good.
But like with Vic, he has that signature style of play. Like y'all gonna play some defense, and y'all gonna practice every day. That there's hours in the day to practice. Y'all gonna do that. Like, how do you feel like you fit into his system, like from an X's and O's standpoint, and like what do you think is gonna how are you gonna elevate your game from this also?
Yes. Okay. So from just like his playing style, everything, I feel like he does a lot of drive and kick. And that's literally all I did at Michigan: drive and kick, counter moves at the rim. And from the defensive standpoint, I've always had to guard the other team's best player in the Big Ten since my freshman year. So being able to come into his program, Caitlin Clark. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, look. Now we get that SEO. We're gonna put that in. how she guarded Caitlin Clark.
But just like having to, and then like also just being able to come to this team and then like just knowing that they also pride themselves on the defensive end too. So I feel like that's going to be a great transition for me to be able to just go right into that, and then just elevating my game. I would say my 3-point shot is like my biggest thing, because playing alongside like Booker and like Rori, I feel like they definitely get downhill a lot. So being able to like create that space and being able to like ready to like knock down the shot. I know like Shay, she did that a lot for them last year. So like being able to step into that role. So
it's interesting you mentioned like the emphasis on the defensive side of the ball, because I know I asked about Rori earlier, but like Rori might be the best like one-on-one defender and like for the entirety of the game that I've personally seen in person, like, and just the commitment to that side. So like I obviously like, and it's very clear that you pride yourself on the defensive side of the ball as well. So like just knowing that like you two are going to be bouncing off of each other throughout the season and everything. What is the excitement level for that? Because like you said, you've been guarding the best player for the entirety of your career pretty much. And now maybe it's you one night, maybe it's Rori one night, maybe it's Booker. Like, it's much more matchup based. So like just the excitement levels of being able to play with a fellow defender at that level that Rori's at. What is the most exciting aspect of that to you?
I feel like a lot of people don't understand like how big the defensive side is and how much that like changes the game. And I feel like just coming in and being able to like go at it with some people who really want to play defense and want to get a stop, I feel like that just changes like everything on the court. And I'm so excited about that. Like being able to, like you said, go back and forth, defend. I feel like that's going to be good. And I feel like that's what's going to separate this team from the other teams.
Yeah.
Ooh, y'all about to make some games ugly, because ain't nobody getting beat off the dribble. And then if you do, look what happens. Ooh, 40-point games loading. So you had mentioned how NIL was on your list, when you're looking at, different schools. How do you balance that? Because it's like you have obviously the X's and O's down to where you found like the perfect fit. How do you balance it so where you're getting, your needs met in that new field that players are having to navigate and, make sure it doesn't interfere with the X's and O's fit?
Really just, I don't feel like, I'm trying to think. Just
the money's just gonna follow.
The main thing. Yeah, it's like keeping the main thing. Okay, basketball, and I feel like that was like my biggest thing was just the basketball piece and wanting to like win and advance and everything. But other than that, I mean, as long as we're doing what we're doing on the court, as long as we're handling our business, it's going to come.
Yeah.
And I feel like just continuing to stay in the gym, staying locked in, and let that happen. Let it all fall into place.
Do you have like, just in general, like, is there like a dream NIL deal? Like, if you could just sit here right now and just like build the NIL deal of your dreams, and being able to partner with the brand and what that might look like, what would that be?
Honestly, I have a few.
Oh, so, go ahead. Hold on. We manifesting. Hold on. We make things happen here in the No Cap space.
No,
let's manifest a little bit.
I mean, my biggest thing, like, definitely like modeling.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that has been like my number one thing, wanting to get involved with that. And I would say, like, of course, when I was at Michigan, it was like a Jordan brand and everything. But we put like Nike, like being able to like do something along like with the modeling, Nike stuff like that. But I would say that probably is like my biggest thing. And then after that, I mean, I don't know, because I have like right now, like Peloton and stuff like that, wanting to continue those deals and just but I would say like those are the biggest thing. Maybe a shoe deal. I would definitely love that.
Yeah. Would it be a high top low? Like what's the shoe design looking like? If you could design your own shoe, like is there like a certain shoe that you like that the most
low
right
top.
now that you
I
would
would probably say low top.
There we go.
I was gonna say, look, you better tell Coach Sid to put you on because we see her building her brand.
Right.
Yeah, she be getting the fix off and everything. Come on, now.
Tell her to get you on.
Well, yeah, we have to send it over to Nike. We send it over.
Yeah, because we have that kind of power.
Yeah,
here.
I'll call Phil Knight.
So I was on the internet, right? And I saw a TikTok. You're into gymnastics. How are we? How's that coming along? How's that been going?
Yeah, just trying out new sports.
Are we at a level where we can enter some meets now?
Like what?
Yes,
dual sport?
Oh.
I thought about it, but no, yeah, that was nice though. So like one of my friends, we got together and everything, and he told me, he was like, "You're gonna learn a backflip today," and I said, my body does not bend like that.
Right.
I was like, I'm gonna end up hurt. And he was like, everyone says that, like, no, you got this, you'll be fine. I was like, I don't know about all that. But then it happened. I was so excited. After that happened, I was like, could I do gymnastics?
Right.
Don't tell Vic like you're trying to do backflips and everything.
Right,
Vic, cut the audio.
I know. Save that for when y'all win the SEC. That's the celebration, right?
When you win a title, you gotta hit the backflip.
I was thinking like, and then so my dad, it was a funny story. So my dad, he played basketball, and they used to call him Fly because when they would like in the starting lineup, whenever they would call his name out, he would do backflips. He would do like 2 backflips.
What?
So I was like, how would Schaefer feel? It's like I get him calling, I just do a backflip.
No.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
No,
well, yeah. Yeah. There's.
You can do it one time and then ask for forgiveness.
And it's gotta be when y'all are on ESPN. So what's the first televised game? That's when we're debuting now.
I don't know if it's LSU, South Carolina, whatever the national TV game is. Like that's when we gotta break it out. Like
no, for sure.
But like, how did that kind of cross training help you? Because like, watching it was like you had to get over that fear of like being in the air for no reason. Like, why are my feet off the ground? And then like you said, once you got it, you started doing the backflip. So like, how does expanding and like dabbling in different kinds of sports, does that help at all? Is there anything you can take from that?
Yes, I definitely feel like it helps, especially getting your body moving in different ways. Like I've always been big on Pilates and yoga. I actually have a Pilates session today, but I'm like always doing Pilates, always doing yoga. And I feel like with gymnastics, like literally after I did that, we did a whole day of just like, I was doing everything that they did. My body was so sore. Like never before. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, and I did not pick up not one weight. I was like, okay, yeah, this is crazy.
Where did this muscle come from?
But that was like the biggest thing. So I feel like just being able to really expand and stuff, and then it also prevents injuries, like getting your body moving different ways, because like you get tired of the same stuff, like same basketball training, workouts and stuff. So I'm big on just trying new stuff. It was so funny because my coaches, it took them a minute to get used to that because they're like, Laila, why are you doing Pilates? Like, it's the middle of the season. Like, we're about to go into tournament play. Why are you? I was like, Coach, I got to keep my body. Like,
right.
I'm fine.
It's just, let me do me.
Exactly. Like, and then it's like you're in the gym all the time. You're doing the same stuff. It's like getting out and just like being
switch it
around other
up.
people. Yeah. So very big on that.
What event in gymnastics, if you had to choose one event to do, whether it be bars, floor, beam, which one would be the event that you would go for?
Okay, honestly, wait, actually,
It's
not
tough.
the floor. Not the floor.
Not the
Because, like,
floor,
you know, well, see, like, I was going to say, you're semi-pro now, so it's like you got options.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, like.
Let me think on it.
What do you guys want me to do?
Yeah.
She said just name it. Why? I got it in the bag.
Right.
Like,
I'm a utility girl.
Just
Stick
send
me in.
some videos. I'll be on your best. Just give me a day.
Right.
But
I will.
I don't know.
I don't know. See,
At this point, yeah, I'm a little scared. I'm afraid of heights, so I don't trust my feet being off the ground like that. So I do want to try and, like, you know, do some backflips because I've been on the trampoline a little bit, and it's.
You've been in the lab too?
I've been in the lab. Yeah. You know, so we gonna try. We're gonna debut that. But, like, I kind of need Vic Schaefer in the suit doing Pilates. Like, that's the next thing I need.
That's the NIL deal right there. Is the collab, you and Vic, and that's the NIL. That's the concept. It's going to Pilates with Vic.
Vic Schaefer for Lululemon. Let's get it.
Let's go. We here.
I'm just gonna call him up and be like, hey, let's do Pilates session.
Listen.
Like, Laila, what?
Bro, he takes off the suit to get ready and
he just throws the jacket on. Just the you.
Oh my goodness.
We might have some here. Lulu.
Talk to us.
Lulu.
But, you know, just as an aside, I know I saw, like, you're involved in your church back home, and you like to, you know, work kids camp, work basketball camp. You be giving them kids sanctified buckets, like you be baptizing them in the post.
Sanctified.
You gotta teach them the game first.
Oh, and what better way than to cook them?
Yeah, than just swatting it.
You gotta build the confidence.
Okay, I feel you.
All right.
Hey, listen, you built for it. You know how to work with kids. Don't listen to me, folks.
Yeah. Clearly, Shawnee is not volunteering at those camps.
We're just getting different lessons. But, like, how is that transition to people that, like, literally don't know the game at all? Because it's like, it's easy for you, you know, to kind of get in a mold where it's like you've been doing this for so long to now you got to, like, turn that off and actually explain things you've been doing to people who have never seen this before. Like, what is that like? And, like, how does that, you know, kind of help you in a way?
Definitely. I feel like the biggest thing for me is that even just going back home, helping the kids out, it just reminds me to really stay true to, like, how I got here. Because I feel like a lot of the times compared to my freshman and sophomore year, like junior year was different because it's like now I'm like the main person. And I feel like I had to definitely take on a different role. I had to bring along like the freshmen and stuff like that. But I had to just continue, like, remember, okay, freshman and sophomore year when I was like new to this stuff, it was my consistency and my work ethic. And that's one thing that, like, made the biggest difference. And I feel like which helped me a lot within my success and everything. So, and I tell kids all the time, like, you have to be consistent and you have to be willing to, like, work hard. Like, I remember, like, my mom. So, and all throughout high school, she used to wake me up at 4:45. If I wasn't getting dressed fast enough, she would wake me up at 4:30 and have me do boot camp before class.
So what does boot camp look like? You gotta, like, break down the boot camp. What does that entail?
It was fast paced, just stations, a bunch of stations.
Yeah. And
it was like, okay, sprints for like a minute or something. Okay, now come run back inside, get on the Aerodyne for a minute. Okay, the Versa climber. Then of course like some dumbbells, kettlebell swings. Like it was just fast paced. So, and then some, like on Wednesdays, it was like Versa climber class for 50 minutes, and they turn the lights on. They have the disco ball, and you just like you're on the Versa climber, just getting up for the whole time. And it's like I know. And she used to do that for me, and I feel like that definitely paid off. And like building that routine of getting up early all the time helped me a lot, because moving forward to college, it's like I've always wanted to get my workout done early. So I would always wake up early. I would always try to get one of the assistant coaches, my position coach to help me out, and I feel like that helped a lot. And I just always like tell kids like being consistent and being able to like get up early and stay like locked in, that's gonna be the biggest difference, and that's what's gonna separate you, because a lot of people don't want to wake up early. They don't want to get up early. They'll get their workout like later. Later in the day. So I feel like that's the biggest thing. So helping those kids out, teaching them that definitely allows me to reflect on, okay, Laila, what got you here in the first place, and stay true to that and don't get caught up. I feel like another thing that I feel like a lot of kids nowadays are messing up on, well, not messing up, but it's just like the mindset and everything, because my freshman year, I didn't expect anything. My biggest thing was like, okay, you know what? It's my freshman year. Honestly, it's funny because I wanted to redshirt, but my coach didn't let me, because I'm like, dude, this is different. This is a different ball. Like, I was like, strength. These girls look a lot stronger than me. I don't know if I'm ready for that. The speed, all this stuff. I was like, okay, skill, I might be better, but they know the game, the IQ, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like a lot of kids nowadays, they're like, they'll see one freshman starting and they'll just be like, oh my gosh, like, am I going to start when I get to college? Am I going to do this? And the biggest thing is just like the little things matter.
Right.
It's like being able to like my mindset, like freshman year, it was like, okay, you know what? Practice. I'm going to beat my class in sprints. Make sure I'm beating my class. So like, that's how I would do it. And like in the weight room, okay, I'm gonna lift more. Okay, it didn't work because one girl in my class, she was actually like strong. She
get it in. She besides her, I was first place. If you just ignore
in the weight room is a little different. I will say that, because I just remember I was like trying to match her stuff, and my strength coach, she was like, Laila, like, what are you trying to do? I was like, well, she's lifting that. Like, can I? He's like, do it at your pace. And I'm like, no. But I couldn't. So I was like, you know what, let me just actually work at my pace. But I feel like that's like the biggest thing. So
yeah. That's
crazy, because the sun's not up at 4:30. I'm still stuck on that, bro. Because one time in middle school, we had like 7 a.m. practice before school, and like, I kid you not, we were practicing press, and I dozed off because I was like, I don't like this. Like, I'm just like in my stance, and I like nodded off, and then I got yelled at. But
you weren't
that's crazy.
In a Vic Schaefer system.
No, I'm not cut for it. This is why she's where she's at.
Yeah, you weren't cut for it.
You know, she's ready.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
But obviously, this is all built now to this moment. Being a Texas Longhorn, this is all culminated now. One last question before we let you go, Laila. For the Texas fan base, maybe they haven't seen you play before, maybe they're unfamiliar. What are they getting when Laila Phelia steps on that court in that orange?
My effort. 100%. You can always count on me.
Yeah.
To give it all.
Hey, that's gonna go a hell of a long way. That's it. Yeah. And that, especially in a system like Vic's, that's gonna go a hell of a long way. So we're ecstatic to see. Like I said, when I saw that move, I was like, hold on, the eyebrow raised up. I was like, they might have done something with this one. So we're very excited.
So wait a minute. For the fans. Why do you hate Oklahoma? Let's go ahead and start that up. No, yeah. No, I'm kidding. We get it.
See, Shawty trying to be messy.
I'm just
trying to be messy.
Because they're in the SEC. It just means more. The rivalries, they just mean more.
This is Shawnee. This is the SEC that Shawnee wants. This is. Oh, that's hilarious. But Laila, we appreciate you so much for joining us here today. In the no cap space.
So much.
Yes, we are.
I appreciate it. Sorry, we're my stuff. So
you're good. You say you gotta go get that.
She's living her raps.
You gotta go get it. See, this is proof. This is proof right here, Laila. We're gonna let you go, but make sure you guys stay tapped in. We're here with the No Cap Space, the YouTube, the Substack, the Twitter, the Playback, or everything women's basketball right here in the No Cap Space.